What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we are looking at EPL Season 16 Group A. As you probably know from my thoughts in Ego App Fantasy, these three teams are the ones I would probably suggest going with. There's some picks for individual players that I'm going to consider for HLTV when it comes to these other teams. I think Spirit has several players who are maybe worthwhile looking at, maybe even someone like Nico Doss. I could see myself considering. There's some good options, let's say, that you could go for, but mainly, and like when I look at who I want to pick two players out of in each group, as my mouse is doing something weird, okay, I would go for Navi, Vitality, and NIP. Which players, though? That's always going to be the question. Man, I'm trying to look at these prices and try to find some bargains. Someone like Spinks seems like a real bargain to me. 215 for the impact he's having in this team seems very good for me. Good to me, at least. I would consider definitely these players, like Electronic Bit from Navi as well. Cheap players, there's Apex, there's S-Attack, there's Plopsky. Worth considering. I think Dupree's also worth considering for this. Every team has equally difficult opponents as well. There's nothing like that you can look at. You just have to try and make a well-balanced lineup with players who you think are going to do well. Is there someone I think in these different players who I think is going to do super well? I'm not sure. I don't think Endpoint is considerable. Fnatic, I haven't seen enough from to really go with anyone. I'm going to tell you these ratings are probably very inflated because they haven't played much, and apart from like some qualifying rounds, I would assume, at least. Like, let's look at the amount of matches. Okay, there's a decent amount of matches, like last 3 months. Okay, not that many, and against like lower tier opposition for sure, so slightly inflated at least. Man, this is very difficult to pick. Do I want to go for Apex? Let's check his stats first. He was not good at last. He hasn't really been very good for a while now. I probably wouldn't go for Apex, even though it's a consideration you could have. What about S-Attack? I think I'm more inclined to go with S-Attack. For his price, he has seemed very solid. I think at least as a 5th pick, you should go S-Attack probably. The real question to me is, do I want to go NIP or Vitality as 5 players? I mean, as 2 players from their team. I think it might be Vitality. Let's look at how the money works out. So from Navi, there's always this thing I feel like doing, which is like checking how teams did it in the last season and in the group specifically. So NIP went like 4-1. NIP, I think, are the kind of team that's gonna usually do quite well in these, for whatever reason. Yeah, Fnatic pulled off the upset last time, and there's a very difficult, a very different lineup. Yeah, Robs was MVP. All matches. The rest was really good. I mean, of course, look, this is like a year, half a year ago. You can't really fully compare, but there's always, I think, something to be drawn out of this. I do feel like going double NIP is not a bad idea. Like, can't get perfect, we can not even get that. Man, it's tough if you don't go Apex 5th or someone out of like Spirit as 5th. I don't want to go Chopper though. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not sure if I even want to go Res. That's he hasn't been that great lately. Like, do I want to really put my faith into him? And this is going to be the same story, not quite enough, just 1 grand more, or closer. It's not a simple lineup, no. I really want to go Spinks, but it's... I don't know. Could be Hampus. Too much cash now. If it's Hampus, Spinks. Still not. I'm just trying out some combinations of players that could work. What if it's the Wu lineup? What if we go to Sai Wu? It could be a Zai Wu event. I wouldn't be that surprised if it was a Zai Wu event. But I think you have to go Apex if you go Zai Wu. And that's really, really not that great. Oh. Do I really want to try out Apex Zai Wu? Apex was just so not good. Then again, was this like, there's 3 map, wait, does it even count all the matches? Not, but it's pretty similar still, 11 maps. What is the new fantasy strat? I have no clue. Okay, just way too interested to see what that was all about. If there's an actual strat or not. I don't want to go Apex Wu. I'd rather go like Spinks, Dupree. I mean, it could be a Chopper lineup, but I'm not that interested. I'm not even that interested in going double Vitality. I just like Spinks so much. I'd like to go Spinks, but I don't want to go Spinks as a 5th. That doesn't make sense to me. That's an idea. I have, in Ego, I also gamble. No, I didn't actually, but I thought about gambling a lot on Plopsky and Ezetag. NIP are the kind of team where like every player can have pretty good, like do pretty well. Simple lineup incoming. I mean, it's a simple lineup, not gonna lie. I'd rather go this though. 197. Yeah, not quite enough for Dupree. But I mean, this is not that bad. The only thing we're really missing is a main op. Like, I don't think Ezetag main op is that great. How about other roles then? So like, IGL as a tag or Plopsky. Like probably Plopsky and then support as a tag. I don't even know what I would do with Dupree. Headshot bit, CT or multi-kill. Probably CT on electronic. But I don't even want to put that much faith into electronic this event. Like I'd rather go perfecto than electronic. And at that stage you probably want to go for someone better here. Like this is more balanced. Brolan I wouldn't be mad about getting. I'm very interested in bit, but I'm not very interested in electronic. I am interested in perfecto. I could go this. I haven't really checked some of the young stats. Not that great there. Actually pretty fine, okay, when we look at the rest of the maps. He's doing very fine. Do I have faith in Brolan? I do have some faith in Brolan. It's a bit risky, I think. Even though I have like teams who are very basic, I still think the player picks are slightly risky. But not in a bad way. I'm gonna try this out actually, I think. I haven't actually checked the most picked players. So we have, yeah, Perfecto, bit something. Apex picked quite a lot. Apex actually the most picked player, but I think that might be a trap. I feel like he's not gonna do that well this event. I don't know why. Of course he's gonna go out and get like 1.1 rating or something, but so I have like Bit, Samdayang, Dupree as a tag out of the most picked players. But I don't think a lot of people are gonna pick Broland, for example. I don't think a lot of people have this lineup. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with this. I don't know. I'm gonna try it out. Do I go main op as a tag is the question, or is there something better for him? I'm gonna roll the other people first. So this is an obvious headshots. Headshots roll. I think it's IGL and then it's like support here. Or is it? No, it's actually IGL. It has to be IGL sometime. We have to have Navi IGL. And then support as a tag. We don't have other supporters here. I mean, it could be support here as well. Roland should be CT rating 100%, I would say. Actually, entry, what? What? I didn't know Roland entry is this much for them. Okay. I mean, sure. Then we go entry Fragger Broland. There's not really a question about that. How good is CT rating for Dupree then? It's actually not bad. Sure. CT rating and then support or main op. Has to be support. Way less risky to go support. 100% of the time getting the points. Nice is what I'm gonna say. And now we can put all the boosters. If you're not interested in me putting on boosters for like probably 10 minutes or over 10 minutes, yeah, just you can skip to the end. No questions about that, but I'm gonna think about this quite a lot. Let's go booster by booster. So pistol round, best pistol player is Bit. No, I should go for different booster first. So KASD first. Samdayang is our best KSD player. Who's the easiest opponent? I would say Endpoint. We can do this. Different boosters where it's pretty clear where I want to use it. Nothing that great comes to mind. Avenger against like a decent team. Against it again, it's Sonda Young. Like a decent team, probably like Vitality. We can go Avenger. Maybe best pistol against the team. Bit's gonna beat. I guess endpoint makes sense. It's fine. Bottom of scorecards should be S-Tag against Navi, I would say. Or Dupree against Navi. Let's go. I'll go S-Tag against Navi. Choke should be Brolan against Navi, or what? In some Dayang higher choke percentage, but I think who's gonna actually choke would be not an IP versus Navi, like a super close game. I would expect that to happen more often. Clutch, like a close game. Again, some Dayang really nice when it comes to these boosters, I guess. He doesn't have a against an IP, okay. Top of scorecard, Brolan versus Endpoint, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Bait. Bit as bait, actually. More often than Brolan. It's like super close. Almost everyone. Sometimes baited. But let's go. Sure, let's go bait bit against Vitality. That's fine. Ace. Proline 11% ace percentage. It's pretty insane. I'll go Fnatic. His old team. Rumbo. Bit. Versus whatever. Like. Team Spirit. 30 bomb. Bit. Versus. Do you have booster against? Okay. 30 bomb is when it's a close game. Yeah, we are expecting a close game, or hoping on a close game between Navi and an IP, so 30 bomb makes sense there. Flash assists, S-Tag. Again, a close game, I would say. Navi makes. Oh, we have one against Navi already, so Vitality. Kobe, S-Tag against the lower tier team. Let's go with that. Saver. 22% for Dupree. Navi. Assist. Bit with 47%, still the most assist player. It should be against good team. Who else had good assist percentage? Brolan also good assist percentage. Yeah, this makes sense. Bit headshots versus whoever. Like this, and then we can just throw on Rubet here, for example. Okay, didn't take as long as I thought, but I did have to think about every booster quite, I always do think about it. There's always good reasonings, and I've made videos where I talk about my reasoning behind each booster. There's always some thought going on between each assignment of boosters. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with those boosters. They should be fine for this event and this group. But yeah, I think I'm done with this video for now. I'll be making, of course, videos on each group once it's possible to make those videos. And yeah, if you enjoy this kind of content, remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.